Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L. Now let's talk some One Piece, chapter 893. The 36th daughter of the Charlotte family. Alright, cool. One Piece. Woo, we're in it. So, yeah, I feel that was a great chapter. Mind you, it's also like drawn out, but I thought that was great. Wow. Who would have thought? Man, you know, I never would have thought really that instead of it being Flambe that fell in love with Luffy, I didn't expect it would be Katakuri that would fall in love with Luffy instead and become the kind of person to be like, yeah, you know what, I hate you unfairly, we're gonna do this right. And then he hits himself, like, even though that was a big, that was a pretty big surprise. And now Katakuri has shot up as being one of the best characters of the Big Mom army for me. I think it's gonna be that way for a lot of people too, because just that was pretty badass in general. And like, you know, when Luffy mentions that there's no such thing as fighting dirty between pirates, it's like, yeah, but it's still such a, it's still so, I don't know, it's a novel experience getting this from Katakuri. Seeing that it turned into a fight between men, and we know that Oda likes doing this. We had this with Frankie and Senor Pink. Seeing that Katakuri though was that type of character was interesting. It's interesting to see that Katakuri is one of the good ones in the Big Mom family, and then you get the justification. You see that he was made fun of as a kid, and it's like, oh yeah, no wonder he's the good one. It's like there's a commonality here. Like the ones who get made fun of the most, those people tend to be the good kids. So very interesting to see like that little backstory and everything. I really liked it. This is ultimately putting Katakuri in the same kind of category that Pudding is, in terms of the kids that are a bit more than Big Mom. Because like with the Big Mom children, the kids have various collections depending on their personality. They tend to have the various personality traits that Big Mom has, one of them being her lack of inhibition, others having her glutton kind of traits going on. So it's very interesting to see which one that Katakuri picked out, that being the glutton, and then like he has the other redeemable trait, which Big Mom doesn't have. Like he takes it a step further because he's directly one that was affected by the system that Big Mom established. But you know, at this point, I have my own ideas on the topic, so I'm going to be making a separate video for it. I don't know when it's going to be coming out, but I won't talk about it too much here because I want to leave it for the video. Anyway, doesn't take for the fact that Katakuri is really awesome. Like that last scene where he's just facing off with Luffy. First off, he kind of looks like a different character without his scarf. He like something about him, just he looks different. He reminds me of another character from one of the earlier bits of the arc. Anyway, that last pose is pretty badass. Like, let's just say it. It's pretty badass, and I really enjoyed it. But otherwise, the rest of the chapter was spent focused on Flambe and what she's about, or not what she's about, but actually just her laughing at Luffy. And we do get the confirmation of what it was last chapter. Last chapter, I said I couldn't really understand it because there was so much going on, but it was really the simplest thing. So I do thank the people that commented to explain it to me. Anyway, thank you guys. But it was very interesting. Like from the build of the chapter, it was interesting to see how upset Katakuri got about Luffy suddenly taking a downturn in his performance. Him just not understanding how such a formidable opponent up to that point could just all of a sudden break down. And then, you know, you have that compared with Flambe's behavior. It was really nicely done in terms of building up to the reveal that Katakuri was actually more invested in the Luffy fight than we thought. On the Flambe side, it's just showcasing her behavior is disgusting. You're just seeing the girl laugh at Luffy, and like really, the whole laughing at Luffy part, that's fine. She's a villain. She can do that. She's allowed. And she, at that point, loves Katakuri. But the moment that she finds that Katakuri isn't living up to her standards, like everything after that, just it's very disgusting behavior, and it's coherent with what we know from the Big Mom family. It's coherent with what we know from the way that Big Mom treats the younger children. So her having that very superficial behavior at the very beginning, or sorry, that very superficial behavior towards Katakuri and just going as far as take pictures of him to like spread it around the island. It's not the nicest thing to do, even for Katakuri. Like this, that's shitty. That's like hardcore shitty. But at that point, I think just Oda wanted to establish, okay, like this girl sucks. Mind you, a good part of it is probably because she's being hurt. Because she's hurt from Katakuri, because Katakuri went and just yelled at her and like hurt himself, and then like maybe she like also has that image of perfection in her head. So right now it's like that girl's been offended and she's taking it out in all the wrong ways, but it's still not the nicest thing to have to watch unfold. So the moment when Katakuri and Luffy just all out turn up Conqueror's Haki and knock her out, I'm happy it happens, but I wish she could have gotten hurt more, because at this point it's just, she's the worst little thing ever. Mind you, I like the build up towards her thinking that she is the best, that she has hearts in her eyes for Katakuri, and then finding that upset for her. I think it's all like nicely done. Like overall, it's focused a lot on it, because when you look at the pages, we spent like 12 pages, I think, getting to that point. Oda did focus and built it up a lot. Like he was really milking it. He really wanted to make the downturn or the reveal that much more prominent. So when you have that giant face of Katakuri, that's where you have him pulling it off. Oh, and I just noticed, like, the girl was afraid when she saw Katakuri's giant face. Yeah. So overall, it's a pretty simple chapter of One Piece. I don't really know what else there is that's really that important aside from the character stuff. Like, the big thing is him being made fun of to the degree he was, and then getting that quick flashback, and him also attacking himself and giving himself the same injury because he wants this duel between men to work. There's really not much else. I mean, I think it's very interesting that the subordinates felt so brave as to take pictures of him. That was probably the most whoa thing there. But yeah, no, it's a simple chapter overall. I'm just going through it just to make sure. The other thing is that we got the flashback to Haki training, and then we got Luffy being able to dodge Haki when he's like mildly unconscious. That kind of was kind of cool. Kind of reminiscent of what Whitebeard could do when he could dodge in his sleep. Now let's see. No, yeah, just a chapter of Luffy failing, Katakuri getting mad because he didn't understand why, and Fanbei laughing. There's not really anything else that you could say is really important here. Oh well, cool. Yeah, guys, let's call it there. If there's anything I missed, let me know, but it is really a simple chapter that just tries to deliver that one reveal. Cool. So, guys, till next time, I hope you have a great day.